say, man, I don't know her. She's too quiet.
What up, though? It's your girl, She's Too Quiet, and welcome back to the She's Too Quiet podcast. This podcast is all about remembering your voice matters. Although you're quiet, people are actually interested in you. They want to know where you go, where you don't go, what you like and what you don't like. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Your voice matters. On today's episode, I'm going to be bringing to you 3 of my top YouTubers. A lot of times people choose Netflix, they choose Paramount Plus, Apple TV, Amazon Prime. There are many avenues you can use to watch things, but my particular favorite is YouTube. Now, my first YouTuber, this is a couple and they have 21 acres of land. It's called Life on Promise View Acres. Basically, this couple, they decided to buy land and they have a lake house and it's kind of like a fixer-upper. So they were doing some renovations to the house and they're also turning their land into something to where they can produce things. So they are juicers as well. So they have a little area where they plan on growing their vegetables and fruits so they can keep up their juicing business. And they take their juices and they go to farmers markets and sell their juices. They also have a lake so they can fish out of the lake. It's just a beautiful plot of land that they have. And in the different videos, they are pretty much beautifying what they have. I feel like they chose to do this so that they can really enjoy their life and live off the land. In one of the episodes, there was a part to where they have cats, right? They just got cats brought to their house, and the purpose of the cats were to catch the field mice. And then also on the episode, they had an owl. I think it ran into the window or something like that. But an owl died, and then they showed different other animals just crawling around on their homestead. And I'm like, I kind of want to live like that. There's a piece of me that wants to live like that. In the event that I would need to sustain myself or help my family, I would want to have vegetables available. I would want to be able to have fish in my lake. I would want to have, a place where there's acres and acres of land and you can build on the land too, and you can build your house and we can all help each other out. I go out and get the eggs one day and the next day maybe you're in the field with the cattle. Like, that sounds like a peaceful way to live, right? But then I saw the cat catch the mice, right? Then I saw the dead owl. Then I saw some of the other creatures roaming around. I think she caught a gecko. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh no, it was a frog. I think she caught a frog. So, oh Lord, I thank you. I thank you for what you put on this earth, for things to, work how they work and how you set it up and stuff. And it's beautiful. Because, from a YouTube channel like that, you can really see how all things work together. You can really see how God did he did his big work putting together humans, animals, and the sun, and how, the dirt can cause fruit and vegetables to just, be made, and all this stuff, like the bees and the berries. Like, it's beautiful, but at the same time, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm intrigued, but I don't know if I can do that. So, I hope you check that one out. I really like it. There's a lot of home decor renovations, even thrifting in there. So they have a bunch of different videos based off of some of your likes. So that one was called Life on Promise View Acres. The next YouTuber that I love to watch is Phil Cofer. Now, Phil Cofer, he has an amazing testimony. He lost his parents at a very young age. And in his videos, he's kind of showing us how he's overcome such a tragic childhood and how he's growing and developing into who God has called him to be. So now he used to be a basketball player, but he decided to give that up so that he can do YouTube full time. Now he has a few channels, but basically his videos are centered on him kind of leaning into God and trying to be the best. He's very honest. He has a lot of videos showing what he deals with, some of the battles that he goes through in his mind. He opens his heart up and makes himself vulnerable to a lot of his viewers, so it's very easy to connect with him. He is also into more of the raw food diet, so it's interesting to see how he lives his life, kind of the food that he eats and how much vegetables and fruits he has to purchase and things like that. He offers a lot of tips on how to live that kind of lifestyle. I don't know if I could do something like that, but it's just cool to watch and see how he decides to live his life. Now, he also is into calisthenics. I forgot how to say that. It's a particular way you work out. Now, some of these workouts that this man be doing, I be like, ooh-wee. I don't know if I can do that at this age, but he really be working out and he be into his fashion and things like that. But I'm like, ooh, it's just interesting to see what type of lives people live and what they hold to be important to them. And you can tell definitely working out and eating right is important to him. And in some of his episodes, he attributes that to the loss of his parents at an early age. So that is kind of why he puts so much emphasis on eating right and working out. And it's just been amazing to see him evolve and overcome a lot of things that he has to deal with. And I think it's beautiful to watch, especially as a Black man really trying to, not focus on some of the things that people focus on now, as far as the social media, the girls, and all this kind of stuff. He's really focused on God and getting himself in a position to be the best person he can be. And also, he emphasizes freedom and how free we can be in this life based off of the decisions we make and the things that we choose to engage in. And a lot of times it serves for me as a reality check, like, you can really be what you want to be. You can live how you want to live. It just depends on you making that decision. You have to make up in your mind who you want to be, what you want to do, where you want to go. And it may be a scary decision. It's going to be scary. It's going to be hard. It ain't going to be easy. It's going to be full of ups and downs. But God gave you the power to make your own decisions. And a lot of things come or not based off of what you decide to do. So he really does a good job showing his viewers that you do have the power given by God to create the things that you want if it aligns to his will. And I appreciate him for that. Especially like if you look at the comments, a lot of his viewers are not Christian, or they may be just becoming Christians or just watchers, but you can tell that the way he lives his life definitely touches them in some way. And so it's a very unique form of ministry, I feel, specific to him. And everybody has a different call on their lives, and it's just cool to watch him walk in his calling in that way. Now, if you're also into like film and things like that, he has a few episodes to where they're more cinematic. And I just love those episodes because it shows how he makes some of them and it just shows how creative he can be. So check that out. That's Phil Cofer. All right, my last one is called With the Perrys, and this is with Preston Perry and Jackie Hill Perry. These two are a couple who are in ministry together, and they pretty much have an open discussion about all kinds of topics. And I really love these two. I would say they are some of my favorite modern day prophets, in my opinion. They really have a good grasp on the Bible. You can tell that they're really students of the word, and they answer questions and offer advice based off of what the Bible says. And I just love that about them. They have an amazing testimony, both of them, and they also have a lovely love story on how they met. They are very family oriented. They were previous poets as well. And you can just see them transforming into, a more, I would say, mature unit. They're a great example of what a godly union is, in my opinion, just because I feel like they are showing us the love of a beautiful Black couple, as well as what it looks like to be in ministry with your partner. They kind of support one another, they feed off of each other, they give each other advice in the area of ministry, and they also have different and distinct ministries as well. So I think it's just awesome to see how they support one another. And I forgot the episode, but there's an episode where they distinctly told us how they minister differently. And they were kind of in the same, I want to say it was like an airport or something like that. And they were both ministering to people there, but in different ways. And I just thought that was beautiful. I'm telling you, this is one of the swaggiest couples that I've seen. I love they swag. They match each other's energy, and I just love that. Like, they are very fashionable. They are very cool, calm, collective. They love to laugh and joke around with each other. And you can just feel how genuine they are with each other and honest. They're very honest with each other. And that's something I definitely want to glean from them, is how honest and vulnerable that you can be with your partner. But at the same time, you have to be able to receive it in a way that doesn't hinder your relationship. And I'm sure that has come with a lot of growth between the two. But as they film, you can see that they have grown to be able to communicate with each other in a way that, shows that they really understand each other. A lot of times, communication is one of the big things that ruin relationships. And it's interesting to see them walk through their communication, how they listen to one another without interruption. A lot of conversations that they have on the YouTube channel or on their videos, a lot of the conversations they have are really heavy conversations. And sometimes you want to talk to people about some of these topics, but it can get heated. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the devil. I don't know if it's just sensitivity or what, but some of the topics that they have, if you talk to other people about it, there's a level of passion that becomes disrespectful sometimes, or there's a level of passion in some of these conversations that can kind of taint how we can learn and grow based off of the engagement between each other. And I just think that they do a great job being able to talk about some of these tough topics and ask each other tough questions, but be able to deliver a response that's respectful. So I really love this couple. I really love their videos. I hope you tune in and tap in with them and see if you like them. Thank you for tuning into today's podcast. If you're interested in seeding into this ministry, feel free to give using Cash App. The handle is $She's Too Quiet. As always, love God, love people. Until next time, deuces.